So, still talking about functions and arguments, Python allows us to work with some certain number of arbitrary arguments, which means that we don't need to know upfront how many arguments are necessary in our functions, which is pretty cool, right? So let's say we have two function definitions right here, and as the first parameter right here, we see that we have an asterisk. So def cat house asterisk cats and then index 0. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take whatever number of arguments is passed to that function, in this case through the cat variable, and then we're going to take the index or the position of those accordingly to the index position that's specified. If nothing is specified right here, we're going to take the position number 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this here, and we're going to do the same thing for doghouse just to see how things work. And then what we're going to do is, you see, when we use the function, when we call the function cat house, we have fluffy, scruffy, grumpy, so we have 3 positional arguments, but we're not specifying which one they are. So all of them, they're going to be mapped to any number of positional arguments that we have with the asterisk. So all of them here are going to be placed into cats. And then later on we say, hey, use the index of 2 because we are specifying what is the index. So here we are using the keywords or with default value. We're going to talk about keyword arguments in the next sessions. And in the other function, when we call it doghouse, we see that we are just providing the positional arguments. So all of them, they're going to be placed into dogs because dogs receive 0, 1, or any. So in this case right here, we are using the default value for index. And if we run our function here, what we see that in the first one, we say, I'm calling grumpy cat because grumpy was the 0, 1, 2, the second position, as we have in our index right here, which was passed as this parameter. While in the doghouse example, since we are not passing any index, the position 0 was selected in the first place. As we can see, I'm calling Bob the dog. So position 0, index 0, and the rest is just printed out. Okay. Also, still about arguments, we have something called unpacking a function call. So Python allows us to do some clever things with the asterisk function. So the asterisk operator can be used to unpack an iterable, so something that we can iterate over, such as a list or even a dictionary or any data structure that you can iterate over. So it really doesn't matter. So in this case right here, what you're saying, well, print the element 0, print element 1, print element 2, and so on and so forth. So we're passing each element to our function. And in this guy right here, it works a little bit different. So let's just split this so we can see one at a time. So the first one right here, we see that lemon, apple, and peach, because we are printing out each one of them separately. But look how cool it is here in the second one. We have the same effect. So what it's doing is this asterisk right here is unpacking the values that we have previously stored into fruits. So if you have a function and you want just to unpack a list to work with all the elements inside, you just can use this guy right here. Okay? So thank you and happy coding!